Hi guys, it's GREEN.I.E here. I hear you're interested in a Yachtmaster. Let me tell you the story about how I managed to get my Yachtmaster at 18 years old. So I first got into yachting when I was 17 years old, fresh out of school. Decided to go to Antibes and do some of my courses, just like everyone else. So my STCW, my powerboat level 2, jet ski course, ENG1, all of that. As soon as I had those, I decided to go dock walking. I dock walked every day in Antibes mainly, around Port Vauban. And that, funnily enough, landed me a job at Port Vauban as a docker. So I was a docker for a little bit, and then I really wanted to get my foot properly into the yachting world. So I decided to take to social media, came up with the idea of GREEN.I.E, which many of you saw.
Green is dreaming about the open sea. Lots of oceans where I wanna be.
And that exploded. It was really, really good. It landed me a job in the Bahamas. We were doing a lot of diving with tiger sharks. So coming back from the Bahamas, I figured I had about 6 weeks until the start of the Mediterranean season, and I really wanted to do something to further my career. And I was looking at a lot of Facebook posts and adverts and noticed that Yachtmaster Offshore was something that was really asked a lot in the industry. So I started to do my research. I went on the webpage of the sea school that I did all my other courses with, Seascope in France. Big shout out to you. I rang up my sea school and I asked for information, and she told me that the best thing for me to do was to start off by doing my essential nav and seamanship course, which is a quick 8-hour course. Highly recommend it if you're planning on doing your Yachtmaster also. And then also my day skipper theory course, which was very similar to what I'd be learning in the Yachtmaster theory. So I decided to bypass that and go straight into the Yachtmaster. For the combined course that my sea school offered, they offered the theory and the practical together at a price of €2,150. So obviously seeing that, I winced quite a bit because it's quite a lot of money to be spending. But remember, it's an investment and you're investing in yourselves. So now I've gone on and agreed to book it. I managed to get the final spot. So now they're asking me questions about my sea time. I realize a lot of you, it's going to be a big worry for you. Thanks to my time in the Bahamas, I managed to accumulate quite a lot of tidal time. So for Seascope, I had to fill in this form called the Sea Time Summary form. So I needed to fill in this form in order to get accepted onto the course. I sent it across and they were happy with everything that was on there. I was accepted onto the course, really exciting. And then I get this email with the pre-knowledge requirements. Wow, there was a lot to learn. Immediately I started panicking. I was like, how the hell am I gonna learn all of this? I began frantically looking for YouTube videos explaining how to pass the Yachtmaster. I start to formulate a plan. How am I going to learn all of this stuff in the given time I have? So the plan was go through the pre-knowledge checklist one by one. What else could I do? Colregs, colregs, colregs. This is the core of the Yachtmaster basically. And the best way to do it, in my opinion, is to buy flipcards and revise and revise and revise those. So there's this little shop in Marseille I went to, found these flipcards and just kept learning them every single day, going over them. So I bought the flipcards, and these are the ones I decided to buy. They're all from the same brand, Flip. Really, colregs is the easy bit. You just need to know it. So now colregs are out of the window, we can move on to bigger things. Chart work. So I didn't know much about chart work personally, so I decided to do an essential navigation and seamanship course, and they send you lots of different things in order to complete this course. one of which is 2 training charts, so training chart 3 and 4, which are training charts used by the RYA. The training almanac that complements these charts, and a pair of dividers, as well as a chart plotter. This course was absolutely essential for me. If I wouldn't have done this course, I wouldn't have succeeded in my Yachtmaster 100%. It taught me all the basics for chart work, so everything to do with longitude, latitude, obviously, tides, how to read the map, to how to plot your position, and then into more complex things such as course to steers or EPs. And yeah, it really formed the basis of my knowledge for the Yachtmaster theory intensiveness to come. One of the other things I needed to do was my VHF SRC course. So that was an online course that I did prior to going to my Yachtmaster. And yeah, it took me a couple days to do, and then I did the exam once I was there. So meteorology, different cloud formations and cold fronts, warm fronts, occluded fronts, all of that goodness. And yeah, meteorology, I do recommend you have a good knowledge of meteorology because the examiners do look into this. So during my study period, I went on a little trip to the UK. I took the ferry across from France and back again, and both times there was some really quite crazy weather going on, and I was able to observe different weather phenomena, so really do take a look outside because it's the best way to learn. So then obviously you've got the Beaufort scale and different wave heights and wind speeds. So these are good to know, not essential to know the exact numbers, but it's a thing that is sure to impress if you do. Okay, so moving on to passage planning, this is a really, really important part of the theory and exam. So I watched a lot of videos of people failing their Yachtmaster due to their passage plans, and what I recommend for this is to draw the outline of the map. So you take the map, put it up against the window, and then draw an outline of it, and then put in all the necessary information. So I learned the basics of passage planning, so obviously placing waypoints, looking out for dangers in between these waypoints, and assessing different risks and pilotage plans. So for safety and emergency procedures, I watched quite a few videos once again about people explaining the safety briefings they do on board. This is really important because remember, you're trying to become a captain, and so you need to know how to brief your crew in case of an emergency or just in daily cruising. It's kind of off by heart. You gotta just know these stuff. For example, knowing how long an EPIRB battery life will last, or what an SRT displays. Well, engines were really difficult for me. I didn't know much in the way of engines at all. If the examiner knows you're pretty weak on engine knowledge, he will quiz you quite hard on this. So you need to have a good understanding of engine knowledge. So you need to know the different systems that run through the engine. So the coolant system, the water system, how these work together in the different components of the engine. You need to obviously have a good understanding of what to do during an engine check, what to check for, or do the diesel handbook RYA course, but I didn't have time. When it comes to electronic navigation, using a chart plotter, how to use radar, these things, they're really quite important for your exam. So if you do not know how to do this, I do recommend watching videos on how these things work, at least having a basic understanding of them, because you will go into more detail with them over your course, and all the knowledge you can get before your course is going to be beneficial. Okay, so now we're up to the 27th of February. My course is starting. I've done as much pre-prep as I can. So now I'm looking at 5 days of classroom work. Let's do this.